desde tu posición en el Consejo mejorarías la situación de vivienda justa en Asheville?
So, affordable housing, there's so many layers and so many ways that we're going to be able to approach this. I think we're going to have to get really creative. I see what the community's doing around, like what Beloved is doing with the tiny home village. That's a great creative opportunity. I see what neighbors like in the Emma community are doing around cooperative work. And I think that the solutions like those that are deeply affordable, resilient, where the people own the land and have that buy-in is going to be one of our great successes and amplifying that. We do have city-owned land, and we need to make sure that when we're developing that land that we honor our long history of what redlining and urban renewal did to gentrify neighborhoods out on purpose. So if we honor what our story was in the past, and I think we can bring healing into this conversation while we're building affordable housing and understand that a neighborhood that's really resilient isn't just the housing. It means locally owned businesses. It means access to grocery stores. We're going to have to be really careful with land use and planning, who we're developing for. And that's going to mean coordinating efforts with the county too, because the county's going to have an opportunity to develop and to plan for affordable housing. And if we aren't careful, that planning is going to push people farther and farther out and make it harder. So the neighbor that's talking about the price of the land doubling, we're seeing the price of land increase and skyrocket all over the city. The house that Nathaniel and I rented for $700 a month when we moved here in 2006, the artists that are renting it right now are paying exactly double, but the wages didn't go up. So it's an incredible burden on our families to make a decision on whether or not they afford to keep a roof over their families' heads or pay for medicine and food. So I know that this is affecting people all over the city. I think we're going to have to get creative around affordable housing solutions. We're going to have to coordinate efforts with development. And I think it's also going to mean, whether it's a community land trust or other ways for people to come in and work on land banking, and that's the only way we're going to get deeply affordable housing. Right now, the state doesn't allow us to do inclusionary zoning, and that means like if a grocery store is building that you require apartments on top, we're not allowed to require it. So it'll also mean building coalition across the cities of North Carolina who are also having these same issues around affordability of housing to find solutions to change the legislation at the state. I'm also looking at what they're doing in Durham around the affordable housing bonds. And one of the layers that's woven into that is an opportunity to allow the most burdened people, when you have a property tax increase, to apply for a grant to offset that cost. It's a really creative solution, and I think we need to consider it as a solution here. Sort of a protection against gentrification.